When you see this, you are ready to shift. The truth is, you've always been ready. The shift is not something you need to find outside of yourself. It is the recognition that you have always been the creator of your own world. This very moment, this very thought, is a doorway to the life you have long desired. It's within your grasp, and you must simply realize it. Look within and know this: your world is born from your imagination. Your thoughts, your feelings, your assumptions, these are the keys that unlock the doors of your destiny. You are not waiting for the world to change. The world is waiting for you to change your assumptions, to shift your inner vision. Every desire, no matter how great or small, is already fulfilled in the world of imagination. The moment you decide to feel the fullness of that desire, to live in the state of having it now, you are already that person. It is done. There is no more need to wonder when or how. The moment you assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled, you become the master of your circumstances. Don't wait for conditions to change. Don't wait for someone or something to show you the way. You are the way. Change your inner conversation and the outer world must follow. It cannot do otherwise. This is not magic, this is law. The law of assumption is the law of creation itself. If you felt a stir inside you, a whisper urging you to step into your power, it is because you are ready. This is the moment when everything you've been thinking, everything you've been imagining, is beginning to align. Your vision has always been real. Your dreams have always been alive. You have simply needed to believe in them as much as you believe in yourself. Now step into that belief. Assume the state of the person you wish to be. Live in the end as though it is already so. Feel the emotions of your wish fulfilled in your body, in your heart. When you do this, the world cannot help but reflect back to you the reality that you have imagined. You have nothing to wait for all things are already yours. You have only to accept it, claim it, and live it. The shift has already begun the moment you realize the power within you. Keep that vision alive in your heart and let it guide you to the life that you've always known you were meant to live. Now go forward, not as someone who hopes for change, but as someone who knows it is already done. The moment you see this, you are ready. Imagination is the key to creation. It is the unseen force behind every reality, the unseen realm from which all things come into being. What you imagine, you create. This is the fundamental truth that governs the entire world. The power of your imagination shapes not only the experiences you have, but the person you become in the process. Everything in the physical world begins as a mental image, a vision, a thought, before it ever takes form in the material world. Without imagination, there would be no creation, no progress, no change. The imagination is not merely a tool for dreaming or escaping reality. It is the very source of your external world. When you engage with your imagination, you are engaging with the creative power that brings your desires into existence. It is not a matter of wishing for something to happen or waiting for the world to align with your desires. The shift happens within you, and it happens through the power of imagination. This is where many people go wrong. They believe that the external world must change first before they can experience the life they desire. They wait for conditions to improve, for things to line up, or for others to act in a certain way. However, the truth is that the external world is merely a reflection of your internal state, a mirror showing you the images you hold in your mind. The condition of your life is directly tied to the thoughts and feelings you entertain daily. The circumstances may seem real and tangible, but they are only temporary manifestations of your inner world shaped by your imagination. Your imagination is not limited by time or space. You have the ability to create any reality, any outcome, regardless of the present conditions or limitations. Imagination transcends the physical world. It has the power to bring into being things that have not yet been seen or experienced. Every invention, every idea, every creation in the world began with an image in someone's mind. The most magnificent buildings, the most innovative technologies, and the most profound works of art were first imagined before they ever took form. Imagine for a moment that you are a sculptor. In the beginning, the block of marble is just a solid mass. It has no shape, no definition, and no purpose. but the sculptor sees the potential in it. The image of the final piece, the form hidden inside the stone, exists in the mind of the sculptor. It is through the imagination that the sculptor begins the work of chipping away, carving the stone, until the masterpiece emerges. The marble did not change on its own. The vision of the artist brought it into form. Your life is no different. You are the sculptor, and your imagination is the tool that shapes your world. Every situation, every relationship, every circumstance you find yourself in is the product of your own inner vision. If you desire something different, you must change the image you hold in your mind. If you want to experience a different life, you must first imagine it. You must create a new mental image and live in that image as if it is already your reality. The more vivid and detailed the image, the more powerful the creation. What you believe to be true in your imagination, you will eventually experience in the physical world. Imagination is not confined to daydreaming or idle fantasy. It is a creative force that works on the same principles that govern all creation. By imagining yourself in the desired state, you bring that state into being. The mind does not differentiate between what is imagined and what is real. The subconscious mind accepts the images you present as truth, and it works to manifest them into reality. Your imagination is a powerful force, and it is always at work, whether you are consciously aware of it or not. Every thought you entertain is an image that is being created in your mind. These mental images are not idle, they are creating your future. Therefore, it is crucial to be mindful of what you imagine. The more conscious you become of this, the more empowered you will be to shape your own life. When you begin to consciously use your imagination, you tap into an unlimited source of creative power. You are no longer a passive observer of life, you become an active participant, a creator of your own experiences. The world around you starts to reflect the images you hold in your mind, and your life begins to take the shape of your highest desires. There are no limits to what you can create, for imagination knows no boundaries. Your imagination is the foundation of your entire reality. It is not a passive tool, but an active, creative force that can mold your life in any way you desire. If you wish to see change in your life, you must first change the images you hold in your mind. What you imagine, you create. It is as simple and as profound as that. Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. This simple yet profound concept holds the key to transforming your reality. It is not enough to merely want something or to think about it. The true power lies in fully embodying the feeling of having what you desire in the present moment. This is the essence of manifestation. It is through feeling that your desires are drawn into your experience, not through intellectual understanding or reasoning. Feelings are the magnetic force that attracts what you desire. And when you assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, you align yourself with the state of having, which is the only state that can bring your desires into being. The feeling of having what you desire is a vibration, a frequency that resonates with the universe. Just as sound waves carry a certain frequency, so too do your thoughts and feelings. Everything in the universe is energy, vibrating at different frequencies. The feeling you generate within yourself is the frequency that you send out into the world. And that frequency is what attracts experiences that match it. When you live in the feeling of your wish fulfilled, you are radiating the energy of fulfillment, and the universe responds by bringing experiences and circumstances that match this feeling. Assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled is not about pretending or faking it. It is about truly feeling in every cell of your being that what you desire is already yours. The mind is a powerful tool, but it cannot create on its own. It must be infused with the emotional energy of your feelings. When you think of something you want, you must also feel it as if it has already manifested in your life. This feeling is what activates the creative power within you. It is the emotional charge behind your thoughts that makes them powerful enough to shift your reality. Imagine that you already have what you desire. Feel it as though it is present in your life right now. How would it feel to walk through your day with the certainty that you are living the life you have always dreamed of? How would it feel to interact with others, to make decisions, to experience the world around you, knowing that everything you wanted has already been fulfilled? This is not just a mental exercise, it is an emotional one. The feeling of fulfillment is the energy that draws your desires into your experience. The more intensely you can embody the feeling of your wish fulfilled, the more quickly it will be drawn into your life. This is because the universe does not respond to mere thoughts, it responds to the energy you emit. If you are filled with the feeling of lack or longing, you are sending out a signal of unfulfilled desire. But when you live in the feeling of the wish fulfilled, you are sending out a signal of completion and abundance. This is the frequency that attracts the experiences that match it. It is important to remember that the feeling of fulfillment does not depend on external circumstances. The external world is simply a reflection of your internal state. When you assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, you are no longer waiting for the outside world to change. Instead, you are creating the inner state of fulfillment, and from this state, everything in your life begins to change. Your assumptions become your reality because you are living in the vibration of your desires already being fulfilled. When you assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, you must also trust that the process is already in motion. The universe is always responding to your energy, and when you align yourself with the feeling of having what you desire, it begins to manifest. The key here is to be patient and to trust the process. You do not need to figure out how it will happen. Your job is simply to feel it is done. The how is none of your concern. When you trust in the feeling of fulfillment, you release any doubts or concerns, knowing that everything is unfolding perfectly. Living in the feeling of the wish fulfilled requires you to let go of any sense of lack or limitation. You must no longer focus on what you do not have or what is missing in your life. Instead, you must focus on what is already yours. The more you can practice this feeling, the more natural it will become. Over time, you will find that the feeling of fulfillment is not just an occasional experience, but a constant state of being. When this happens, you are no longer merely manifesting desires, you are living in a state of constant creation, where everything you need and want flows to you effortlessly. The feeling of the wish fulfilled is the most powerful tool you have in shaping your reality. It is through this feeling that you connect with the creative power of the universe and align yourself with the abundance of all that you desire. Your emotions are the language through which you communicate with the world around you, and when you speak the language of fulfillment, the world has no choice but to respond. You are the creator of your reality. This truth lies at the heart of personal empowerment and transformation. It is a fundamental principle that shifts the very nature of your existence. Everything you experience in life, from your circumstances to your relationships, is a reflection of your inner world. You are not a passive observer in this world, waiting for things to happen to you. You are an active participant, the architect of your own reality. The world around you is not random or chaotic, it is a direct result of your thoughts, beliefs, assumptions, and emotional states. Understanding that you are the creator of your reality means acknowledging that your inner world is the blueprint for the outer world. Every thought you think, every feeling you experience, and every belief you hold shapes the experiences that manifest in your life. If you want to see change in your life, you must first change the way you think and feel about the world. You are not a victim of circumstances, you are the creator, the one who designs the conditions of your life through your thoughts and assumptions. It's important to understand that creation is not limited to grand, monumental events. Creation happens in every moment, in every thought, in every action. You are constantly creating, whether you realize it or not. When you think a thought, you are sending out a signal to the universe. When you feel a certain way, you are aligning yourself with a particular frequency. The experiences that come to you are not random, they are a direct reflection of the energy you are emitting. If you want to change your reality, you must first change your energy. As the creator of your reality, you have the power to change anything in your life. This is not about wishful thinking or hoping for the best. This is about understanding that you are in control of the images you hold in your mind and the feelings you associate with those images. When you begin to consciously choose your thoughts and emotions, you begin to consciously create your experiences. It is not about waiting for the world to change for you, it is about changing your inner state so that the outer world has no choice but to reflect that change. The key to becoming the creator of your reality lies in understanding the power of assumption. Assumption is the act of mentally accepting something as true, even before it has manifested in physical form. It is through assumption that you plant the seeds of your desires in the fertile soil of your subconscious mind. When you assume something to be true, your subconscious mind works to bring it into your reality. Your assumptions are the building blocks of your experiences. By changing your assumptions, you can change your life. The belief that you are the creator of your reality liberates you from the notion of fate or destiny. You are no longer at the mercy of circumstances or other people. You are no longer subject to the whims of chance. You have the power to direct your life in any direction you choose. If you want to experience abundance, you must assume the feeling of abundance. If you want to experience love, you must assume the feeling of being loved. If you want to experience success, you must assume the feeling of already being successful. When you live in the assumption of your desired state, the world around you begins to conform to that assumption. The process of creation begins with your imagination. The images you hold in your mind are the raw material from which you build your reality. Every vision you have, every daydream, is a potential reality waiting to be manifested. But these visions must be accompanied by the feeling of having them now. Simply thinking about your desires is not enough. You must imagine them as though they are already yours. The more vivid and emotionally charged your imagination, the more powerful your creation becomes. It is also important to realize that you are always creating, whether you are conscious of it or not. Your thoughts and feelings are constantly at work, shaping your experiences. If you are not consciously directing your thoughts, you may be creating a reality that is based on fear, doubt, or limitation. If you are constantly worried about money, for example, you are assuming the feeling of lack, and the universe will reflect that back to you. If you are constantly thinking about what you don't have, you are creating more of that absence. On the other hand, when you assume the feeling of having what you desire, you are creating a reality that aligns with that feeling. Your inner world, shaped by your thoughts and beliefs, is the blueprint from which your outer world is created. The more you realize this, the more power you gain. The power to change your life is not found outside of you, but within you. You do not need to wait for the world to change. You are the one who must change. By changing your inner assumptions, you change the world around you. You are the creator of your reality, and as you master the art of assumption, you begin to master the art of creation itself. The truth is, you are the most powerful force in your life. Everything that happens to you is a reflection of your inner state. If you do not like the reality you are experiencing, look within. Change your thoughts, change your beliefs, and change your assumptions. By doing so, you will create a new reality, one that aligns with your deepest desires. The power to create the life you want has always been within you. All you have to do is claim it and begin to consciously direct your energy toward the fulfillment of your dreams. Live in the end, feel it is already done. This principle is one of the most transformative concepts you can embrace when seeking to manifest anything in your life. It is not enough to simply wish for something or to want it in the future. To truly create the reality you desire, you must live as though your desire has already been fulfilled. The key to this is living in the end result rather than focusing on the current circumstances or the steps required to get there. When you live in the end, you are embodying the experience as if it has already come to pass. And this shifts your vibration in a way that aligns you with the fulfillment of your desires. The concept of living in the end requires a shift in perception. Most people live in a state of longing, always wanting, always hoping that someday something will change. This creates a vibrational gap between where they are and where they want to be. In this state, the feeling of desire is constantly linked to a sense of lack. You cannot manifest what you desire from a place of lack, because lack only perpetuates more lack. To change your experience, you must learn to think and feel as if you are already in possession of the thing you seek. This is the essence of living in the end. When you live in the end, you no longer dwell on the process or how your desires will come to fruition. Instead, you accept that they have already been realized. You assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled and live in that state of mind and body. This means embodying the emotions, actions, and thoughts that would naturally flow from the fulfillment of your desire. If you want to be wealthy, for example, you must feel wealthy now. You must think and act as though financial abundance is already your reality. If you want to attract love, you must feel loved now, as though you are already in a loving relationship. The universe does not respond to your hopes and wishes, it responds to your emotional state and the energy you emit. When you live in the end, you become a magnet for what you desire because you are already aligned with it. Living in the end is not about waiting for the world to change first. It is about accepting the change in yourself, knowing that as you embody the end result, the world around you must shift to reflect that. The universe mirrors your state of consciousness. If you are living in the end, feeling as though your desire has already been fulfilled, the external world has no choice but to rearrange itself to reflect this inner state. The feeling you generate within yourself creates the conditions that align with your desires. This concept also shifts the focus from the how to the what. Most people get bogged down in trying to figure out how their desires will manifest. They get caught up in the details and the obstacles they perceive in their path. However, the key to manifestation is not in figuring out the how, but in assuming the what. Instead of wondering how your dream will come true, assume that it already has. Feel the reality of it now and trust that the universe will handle the logistics of how it will unfold. By living in the end result, you are surrendering the process to the universe and trusting that everything will come together in perfect alignment. Living in the end requires a deep level of faith and trust in the process. It can be difficult to act as if your desires have already been fulfilled when you cannot see any evidence of them in your current reality. This is where belief and persistence come into play. You must have faith that your inner world will eventually reflect your outer world. The law of assumption works in this way. What you assume to be true will eventually become your reality. If you assume that your desires are already fulfilled, your external circumstances will begin to align with that assumption. The more you live in the end and feel the fulfillment of your desire, the faster it will be drawn to you. In practice, living in the end means immersing yourself in the feelings and experiences of your fulfilled desires. If you want to experience success in your career, imagine yourself already in that successful position. Feel the pride, satisfaction, and confidence that come with it. Act as if you are already living your ideal life. Your thoughts, feelings, and actions must match the end result, not the current circumstances. If you desire a loving relationship, feel the love within you now. Act from a place of love, kindness, and openness, as if you are already in the relationship you desire. The more you embody these feelings and actions, the more your external world will reflect them. Living in the end also requires you to release any attachment to the outcome. When you live in the end, you must let go of the need to control the process. This means trusting that your desire is already on its way, even if you cannot see it in your current reality. It requires you to step into the state of the wish fulfilled without worrying about the details or the timing. You must trust that the universe is working behind the scenes to bring your desires into form, and your job is to remain aligned with the feeling of having already achieved them. The more you focus on the end result, the less you will be consumed by doubts or fears about the journey. This state of living in the end also frees you from the need for validation or external evidence. You are no longer waiting for others to confirm your success, your love, or your abundance. You already know within yourself that you are living the life you desire. You are no longer relying on outside circumstances to dictate how you feel. Instead, you have become the creator of your reality, and your emotions, thoughts, and assumptions are all aligned with the end result. The more you live in the feeling of your fulfilled desire, the more quickly it will be reflected in the world around you. Living in the end requires you to consistently return to the state of your wish fulfilled, no matter what external circumstances arise. The external world will sometimes try to convince you that your desires are far off or unattainable, but you must stay rooted in the knowing that it is already done. Your job is not to fight against the external world, but to remain faithful to the internal reality that you are creating. This unwavering faith in your own assumptions is what propels your desires into manifestation. To live in the end is to be in a constant state of creation. It is about embodying your desires before they manifest and trusting that as you live in the end, the outer world must eventually catch up to reflect the inner reality you are experiencing. By assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled and living as if your desires are already yours, you are not only manifesting your dreams, but you are becoming the person who already has everything you desire. In doing so, you align yourself with the infinite possibilities of the universe, where anything is possible and everything is available to you. Change your assumptions, change your life. This statement encapsulates the profound impact that our beliefs and assumptions have on the course of our lives. Assumptions are not just idle thoughts or passing notions, they are the lenses through which we view the world, and they shape our experiences, often without us realizing it. Our assumptions determine the way we perceive the world around us, how we respond to challenges, and ultimately what we experience in life. By changing our assumptions, we have the power to alter our reality in ways that are both deep and lasting. At the core of this idea is the understanding that everything we experience in life is a reflection of the assumptions we hold. If we believe that success is difficult to attain, we will likely encounter obstacles and challenges that affirm that belief. If we assume that love is hard to find or that we are unworthy of affection, we will attract situations that reinforce these assumptions. Conversely, if we assume that success is easy, that love is natural, and that we are deserving of the best life has to offer, our reality will begin to align with these assumptions as well. Assumptions operate in the background of our consciousness, subtly guiding our thoughts, actions, and decisions. Many of our assumptions are formed early in life, based on the experiences and beliefs we are exposed to. These early experiences can create a powerful narrative that shapes how we see ourselves in the world. For example, a person who grew up in an environment where scarcity was a constant theme may develop the assumption that there is never enough to go around. This assumption will likely influence their financial reality throughout their life, making it difficult for them to achieve abundance. However, the key to transforming any area of our lives is recognizing that assumptions are not fixed. They are flexible and can be changed. Once we realize that our assumptions have created our current reality, we can begin to shift them to reflect the life we truly desire. This is not a process of wishful thinking or merely imagining positive outcomes. It is about fully embracing the truth that what we assume to be true is what ultimately becomes true in our lives. Changing your assumptions starts with becoming aware of the ones you hold. This requires self-reflection and a willingness to examine the beliefs that have shaped your life so far. What do you assume about money, success, relationships, or your own abilities? Are these assumptions serving you or are they limiting your potential? If your current assumptions are limiting you, it is time to replace them with new, empowering beliefs. The next step is to consciously choose new assumptions. If you have always assumed that success is difficult or unattainable, you must replace that belief with the assumption that success is easy and achievable for you. If you have always assumed that you are not worthy of love, you must replace that assumption with the belief that you are deserving of all the love and joy that the universe has to offer. The more you practice these new assumptions, the more they will become your truth. One of the most powerful ways to change your assumptions is through the use of imagination. Your imagination is the creative force that shapes your reality. By vividly imagining yourself living the life you desire and fully embracing the emotions associated with that life, you begin to reprogram your subconscious mind. When you imagine yourself as successful, confident, and worthy of love, your mind begins to accept these images as reality. Over time, these new assumptions become ingrained in your belief system, and your life starts to reflect them. It is important to understand that changing your assumptions is not a one-time event, it is an ongoing process. At first, you may encounter resistance from your old beliefs. You may find yourself doubting the new assumptions you are trying to embrace. This is natural because your subconscious mind is deeply rooted in the old narrative. However, persistence is key. As you continue to live in the assumption of your desired reality and reinforce these beliefs through imagination and emotional engagement, the new assumptions will gradually replace the old ones. Changing your assumptions also requires a shift in your mindset. Instead of focusing on the limitations or challenges in your current situation, begin to focus on the possibilities and opportunities available to you. Rather than thinking of obstacles as insurmountable, view them as temporary and solvable. This shift in perspective will help you align your energy with the assumption that success and abundance are already yours. The more you embody this mindset, the more you will see evidence of it in your life. One of the most powerful aspects of changing your assumptions is that it allows you to take full responsibility for your life. When you understand that your assumptions are the driving force behind your experiences, you no longer see yourself as a passive observer of life. Instead, you become an active creator, capable of shaping your reality according to your desires. This realization empowers you to make conscious choices about the beliefs you want to adopt and the life you want to create. Changing your assumptions also involves changing your behavior. If you assume that you are deserving of success, you will begin to act in ways that reflect that belief. You will make decisions that align with your new assumptions, take bold actions, and pursue opportunities that align with your vision of success. Your behavior will naturally shift to match your new beliefs, and this will further reinforce the assumptions you are adopting. The more you practice living from your new assumptions, the more your reality will begin to shift. The external world cannot help but reflect the inner changes you are making. If you assume that you are financially abundant, for example, you will begin to notice opportunities for wealth creation that you might have previously overlooked. If you assume that you are deserving of love, you will attract loving relationships and experiences into your life. The world is a mirror, and it reflects the assumptions you hold. Changing your assumptions is not a quick fix, but a lifelong practice. As you continue to evolve and grow, you will find that your assumptions evolve as well. You will begin to assume greater possibilities, more expansive beliefs, and a deeper sense of worthiness. This ongoing process of assumption-based creation will lead you to a life that is in alignment with your highest potential. The power to change your life lies in your ability to change your assumptions. Every belief, thought, and assumption you hold shapes the reality you experience. By consciously choosing new, empowering assumptions and living from that place, you can transform any area of your life. Whether it's wealth, love, health, or personal growth, the key is in the assumptions you choose to live by. Change your assumptions and you will change your life. Your inner world creates your outer world. This truth is fundamental to understanding how manifestation works. The world around you is not separate from your thoughts, beliefs, and feelings. Rather, it is an extension of them. Everything you experience, from your circumstances to your relationships, is a reflection of your inner state. This concept is one of the most powerful keys to transformation because it shifts the focus from external circumstances to internal control. The reality you experience is not shaped by random events or external forces. It is created by the thoughts you hold, the emotions you feel, and the beliefs you maintain. At the heart of this understanding is the realization that the external world is merely a mirror of your inner world. Your thoughts, beliefs, and emotions project outward and attract corresponding experiences. If you are experiencing struggle or lack, it is a reflection of your inner state. If you are experiencing abundance and love, it is because your inner world is aligned with those qualities. This is not about luck, fate, or happenstance. It is about the law of attraction and the law of attraction. What you assume to be true on the inside is reflected back to you on the outside. The power of this principle lies in its simplicity. The outer world cannot change until you change the inner world. This means that no matter how difficult your circumstances may seem, the key to transformation is not in changing the circumstances themselves, but in changing the thoughts and beliefs that give rise to those circumstances. If you want to experience peace, you must first cultivate peace within. If you want to experience success, you must first assume success in your thoughts and feelings. The external world can only reflect what you have already accepted within yourself. The most important part of this process is becoming aware of the beliefs and assumptions you hold. Many of these beliefs are unconscious, formed over a lifetime of experiences, conditioning, and social influences. To create lasting change, you must first bring these beliefs to the surface and examine them. What do you believe about money, about love, about your own abilities? If your experiences are not aligned with what you desire, it is likely that your inner beliefs are not aligned with your desires. In order to change your outer reality, you must shift these inner beliefs. Once you become aware of your beliefs, the next step is to begin changing them. This requires conscious effort and persistence. Simply wishing for change is not enough. You must actively choose to replace limiting beliefs with empowering ones. If you believe that success is difficult or that you are unworthy of abundance, begin to replace those thoughts with beliefs that align with your desires. The more you practice these new beliefs, the more they will become your truth. It is not enough to simply think new thoughts, you must also feel the truth of these new beliefs as if they have already been manifested in your life. Living in the end is key to aligning your inner world with your outer world. To manifest your desires, you must assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. This means that you must live as though the desire you seek is already a reality. If you want to experience financial abundance, feel as if you are already wealthy. Imagine the feelings of security, freedom, and gratitude that would accompany that wealth. If you want to attract love, feel the love within you now. Live from a place of joy, compassion, and openness, as though the love you seek is already here. The more you live in this way, the more your outer circumstances will shift to reflect the inner changes you are making. Your emotions are also a powerful tool in shaping your reality. Emotions are energy in motion, and they communicate your inner state to the universe. When you feel joy, gratitude, and love, you are aligning yourself with those qualities in the world around you. When you feel fear, anger, or lack, you are attracting experiences that reflect those emotions. The key to changing your outer world is to consistently choose thoughts and emotions that are aligned with the life you want to create. If you feel fear or doubt, acknowledge those feelings, but do not let them control you. Shift your focus to the feelings you want to experience and stay aligned with those positive emotions. The more you focus on the desired emotions, the more they will become your dominant emotional state, and the more they will attract experiences that reflect that state. One of the most profound shifts you can make in your life is to stop seeing yourself as a victim of circumstances and start seeing yourself as the creator of your reality. When you accept that your inner world creates your outer world, you no longer feel powerless or at the mercy of external forces. You realize that you are the one who has the power to change your life. No matter what your current circumstances may be, you have the ability to shift your thoughts, beliefs, and emotions to align with the reality you desire. The key to this process is consistent and persistent inner work. In the process of shifting your inner world, it is important to practice patience and trust. The external world will not always change immediately, and old patterns may take time to shift. However, as you continue to work on your inner world, you will begin to notice subtle changes in your outer reality. These changes may start small, but they will gradually build momentum. The more you focus on your inner world, the more you will see evidence of your transformation in the outer world. This process requires faith, the faith that your inner world truly creates your outer world. The more you trust in this principle, the more you will experience its power. You must trust that when you change your inner state, the external world will respond. This faith will guide you through the challenges and doubts that inevitably arise along the way. Even when external circumstances seem to contradict your desires, you must continue to focus on your inner world and trust that the changes you are making will eventually manifest in the physical world. Your inner world is the foundation of your outer world. Everything you experience is a reflection of your thoughts, beliefs, and emotions. By changing your inner state, you can change your life. The key is to become aware of the beliefs that shape your reality, replace limiting beliefs with empowering ones, and consistently live in the assumption of your desires already being fulfilled. The more you focus on cultivating a positive inner state, the more your outer world will align with your desires. The power to create the life you want is within you, and it begins with the transformation of your inner world. In conclusion, the key to transforming your life lies within you, and it is rooted in your ability to shift your inner state. The reality you experience is not dictated by external circumstances, but by the beliefs, assumptions, and feelings you hold. Understanding that your inner world creates your outer world is the first step to unlocking your true potential. When you begin to change your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs, you begin to reshape the world around you. The path to transformation is not about waiting for external conditions to align with your desires. It is about embodying the feeling of the wish fulfilled now. It is about assuming the end result of what you desire and living as though it is already yours. When you consistently do this, you are in alignment with the energy of your desires, and the universe must respond in kind, reflecting the change you have made within. Your assumptions are the driving force behind the reality you experience, and by consciously changing them, you can create a life that aligns with your highest aspirations. Living in the assumption of your desires requires faith and trust. It requires the courage to believe that the inner world you are cultivating will eventually materialize in your external world, even when it may seem impossible. The process may not always be immediate, but persistence and faith in your own power will bring results. The more you embrace your inner power, the more you will see evidence of the transformation in your life. Trust the process, remain steadfast in your new assumptions, and know that the universe is rearranging itself to match your inner state. Your emotional state is also a powerful tool in this process. The energy you emit through your emotions attracts experiences that reflect your internal vibration. By focusing on positive emotions such as love, gratitude, and joy, you align yourself with the energy of abundance and success. Even in the face of challenges, you must hold steady in your emotional alignment, knowing that the shift within will eventually reflect itself outwardly. Take full responsibility for the creation of your life. Understand that the external world is simply a mirror of your inner beliefs, and you have the power to change those beliefs at any time. You are not a passive observer in your own life, you are the creator. Each thought, assumption, and belief you hold has the power to shape your reality. The more you choose empowering beliefs and live from a place of inner certainty, the more your external circumstances will align with your desires. In the end, the life you seek is already available to you. It exists in the realm of your imagination, your thoughts, and your beliefs. You are the architect of your reality, and by shifting your inner state, you will bring the life you desire into manifestation. The power to change your world lies within you. Embrace it, trust it, and know that you have the ability to shape your life in ways beyond your current understanding. Your inner world is the key to unlocking all that you wish to experience. Live from this truth and watch your life transform in extraordinary ways.